one of our issues that we had while I was there was the how long some of the dogs had been there. When I first started helping move some dogs out, I think at that point, a couple of the dogs I started when I was just helping out a couple years prior. The I think the longest length of stay was about 3 years, maybe close to four. And a lot of those we were able to kind of get out in that time years earlier. And then when I came back as the interim director, we were still kind of in that spot, except we were having dogs that were, I think, over the 4 year mark at that point, or they were getting close to 4 years. And and there were quite a few of them. It wasn't like it was just two or three. It was there was quite a few, and it's not because they were bad dogs. A lot of them were. I mean, had they been able to get out of the shelter sooner, they probably would have had some different behaviors. Because the longer they stay, it's kind of like the longer they stay there, the more their mental health declines. And I think I don't know that people forget. I think people don't make the assumption that animals have mental health problems just like people do. Like we forget. And when you confine an animal to a 5 by 5 or a 10 by 10, and they might get out of that enclosure once a day while you're cleaning it, a lot of them become what I call institutionalized. They start spinning, they're all the jumping, they're losing weight, even though they're being fed properly, that they're disease free, but they just the stress, and then there's the barking, and they can't level out, they can't mellow out, and so that seems to get worse as time goes on. And I think there's been some debate about when does that actually start, like how quickly does how quickly does mental health issues start to arise in a shelter setting. And I think I've read somewhere where it's as early as 2 weeks. And I think for some, and I really think honestly, I think it varies by animal, because I've seen some dogs come in that a month later, they still seem to be relatively okay mentally. And then some dogs within like 48 hours are completely shut down.